It's transitioning. I've been listening to so many different songs, getting myself prepared for tonight and in the mood. And I just feeling like I was on vacation because I'm feeling hot today. I'm excited in Michigan. We almost hit 100 degrees today, and y'all know I like it hot and spicy. Y'all know I went to Puerto Rico, right, for my birthday in February because I had to get to some heat. So I'm loving this weather, and I just had to give me a little bit of music to remind me when I was on vacation. Where are y'all traveling to? Hi, fam. Leave that in the chat. I would love to hear what vacations you have in store for this summer. And remember, while you gone, look for a Bob to support on vacation. I found one actually in Puerto Rico. I was proud of myself. So if I can do it, I'm sure you can too. Just be intentional with it, right? So y'all tuning in on this wonderful Wind Down Wednesday to get to know Bob. I'm your host, Sonia Weaver, and I love this platform because I get the privilege to have amazing conversation with some fabulous Black-owned businesses, the owners, the CEOs, the founders of nonprofits, the musicians, the authors. I mean, you name it, I'm going to have them, right? And so the educators, can't leave out the educators, right? People in the healthcare, chefs, I mean, telling you, everyone. I just want to feature so you guys know we are doing some amazing things in and out and around your cities because, Bob is an international Black-owned business directory. Yeah, shout outs to Mona Lisa. We took it international. I am so excited. And I know there are just so many more out there. Looking forward to launching Unity Through Visibility. That's right, where I'm going to be going through neighborhoods, starting here at home, but traveling to other ones where, this right here is the universal symbol for Bob. And so if we're just walking down the street somewhere, we see this, we automatically know that's a Bob right there and we need to support it. So I'm excited how I'm going to be walking down the streets of Atlanta, the streets of Chicago, Grand Rapids here, wherever, Pontiac, wherever. And I'm just going to know because you guys told me when I did the VOC, you told me we don't support because we don't know how to differentiate them. Some, with the exception, which I tell me a soul food restaurant or something, 9 times out of 10, that's Black owned. But other than that, you said you didn't know how to differentiate them. So this universal symbol right here, yeah, now there's going to be no excuses. So get ready. That's like next level and up. I'm so excited. Okay, we have a phenomenal conversation coming up tonight. So I am going to kind of speak a little quickly because I'm ready to get to that conversation. So we're going to start off with tonight's look. I kept it like simple, really, really simple tonight. Hair is up because, again, I told you guys it's almost 100 degrees. And I just decided to put on some blades. Yeah, blades by the Glam Doctor. And I love it. That pop of red, especially how it contrasts with everything else with the black and white. I just love it. Just right, the perfect pop of color. And accessories, same. I got to support Link, got to support my traveling pearls. My body butter today, I did some Kendall's Creations. If you don't know, you better check out my teenpreneur. Love her to death. And yeah, some other things I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm just excited to get to the show. So coming up right away, we have Deals with Bob's Deal of the Day. I'm a little surprised. I didn't think the last week that what I was asking you was too much. I really didn't. What I asked you guys is to get my favorite color from the lip bar, TOB. You would get a free gift. And I can't remember those exact instructions. Let me think. You would get a free gift if you could tell me. Yes, that's what if you could tell me the other two Black-owned cosmetic lines that I love, that I promote, that I have pictures all over social media of. If you could give me the names of those other two Black-owned companies, then you would get a free TLB. What is it called? Man Eater, which is my favorite by All Far nude color. So, but it would be the first person to do it. And actually, we've been checking and I didn't see anyone respond. So I'm going to let that kind of well over as again this gift. And then the second gift was for you to tell me what 7 Black owned businesses you support within that last week. So here it is now in this week. What 7 Black owned businesses that you supported, and you were going to get a copy of the plant-based foodie. So those deal of the days from Deals with Bob will continue. As mentioned, I talked about the Support 7 Bob pledge. So we're asking, have you taken the pledge? Now remember, support is what? First and foremost, the most valuable resource, your time. I have amazing guests on, and she has some amazing organizations that we do some amazing things with. Amazing. And so what I'm sure she would love for you to support with your time. If I would say, Crystal, do you want anyone to just support with their time for the next endeavor you're having? You know what? I bet you she wouldn't say, oh, no. So I'm telling you, your time, people are looking for you to support with your time. And then, of course, we do need you to support with your resources. We really do, because things don't happen, right? Things don't happen without resources. So you have to take the pledge. If you let us know what 7 Bobs you supported, then the first person to do that is going to get a copy of Lisa Smith's The Plant-Based Foodie. So, and if you want to see how I make my amazing chickpea salad, then you need to tune into last week's episode where I take you by what I do and the amazing ingredients. Because I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be healthy. I am going to be healthy this year. Okay. Now, tonight's featured business is the Affordable Veterinary Clinic. So to find out what she does and why she does what she does, here, take a peek at this video. So did you get that information? That's Affordable Veterinary Clinic, where we have the amazing Dr. Melanie Dukes. You can find more information about Affordable Veterinary Clinic listed on our International Black-Owned Business Directory. But I will tell you from what people have shared, she is going to make sure that you are a proper pet parent and make sure you are taking care of your furry friends or your Tweety birds or whatever you might have, because she absolutely loves the work that she does. Now, I am going to tell you, be on high alert here in Michigan, and maybe I hear some other cities where they're having some heat waves. Make sure you protect your pets. Now, moving right along, where are we at right now? We're on our deals for our consumer members. I love this part. Can you get excited? Yes, so we're going to be kicking off our deals with consumer members with Deals with Bob, offering 15% off their premium services. We're moving over to Today's Smile, who is offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is offering 15% off their event packages. Woo! Women Helping Empower Winners is offering free registration or free consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Center is offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off plus 1 or free plus 3. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or a free registration, consultation, or a free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off. Bright Tech Communications is offering 10% off. Boss Entertainment Group is offering 10% off. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is offering 15% off. The Amazing Woman Network still has to let us know what deal they're going to be offering for their consumer members. Now, I'm excited because I think tonight we're going to find out what that deal would be, as Miss Crystal Gunn is one of our guests for this evening. So, yes, let's find out what deal she's going to be offering to you consumer members. Tune in. Then we have Detroit Metro Plug Podcast and Mrs. C's Concessions. If you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, please visit www.dealswithbob.com and join today. Now, of course, business owners, we much prefer that you join as a business and get one of those annual packages because your consumer membership will be included. So I'm excited. How about you guys? We've been waiting for a little while for some deals from some of our businesses that got listed. So I just can't wait to find out exactly what we're going to be getting from the Amazing Woman Network, because I'm telling you, they're just a bunch of amazing, amazing women. So you're going to hear me say that a lot. Just get ready. If you don't like it, tune off. Go somewhere else. Y'all know me by now. So let's go over to our Stay Connected, because we have a lot coming up. You know, Juneteenth and Father's Day are around the corner, but I just have so many things that people have sent in for Juneteenth alone. So make sure you guys mark your calendars. The Week of Us kicked off actually on 6/11, but it will be running through to 6/19. You can make sure you visit our website for additional information. Next, we have Juneteenth Freedom Weekend, which is going to be Friday, June 17th, with Rhythm and Art Block Party at Easter Market Brewing Company from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, June 18th, Juneteenth Jubilee Stroll at Illinois Avenue of Fashion from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. And Sunday, June 19th, the Freedom Festival Easter Market Shed 3 from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. The D-Love on Saturday, June 18th is having 1 day, 3 shows. For more information, please visit our website. Our On Wall Street Juneteenth celebration, June 18th at 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in Black Bottom Park. Make sure you mark your calendars. Matt Justice presents The Appearance, a theatrical dinner read featuring music and various actors. This is Saturday, June 18th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The D-Loft Juneteenth celebration, Sunday, June 19th, with fashion, food, and marketplace from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Juneteenth and Father's Day celebration, Sunday, June 19th at the Artist Village of Detroit, presented by Ayo Entertainment International. Your Own Uniqueness Incorporated presents Step Up program. Is coming soon, beginning Wednesday, June 22nd for ages 14 to 18. Mona Lisa's Lyrics is presenting the 2022 Mompreneur and Dadpreneur of the Year crowning event, Saturday, June 25th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Tranquility Christian Counseling kicked off their grief support group and workshop this past Sunday, June 12th. The next session is Sunday, June 26th. Remember, this is a 5-session series. For more information, call 248-494-4578. And let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. Please visit www.dealswithbob.com and contact us today. Now, guys, those who know, usually when I finish our Stay Connected piece, I go right into about our upcoming guests. But I'm going to do one thing before, which is a little bit different for this show, because today, you know, back in February, where I had my Sisters Month, and I brought on the amazing Kimberly Glenn, who's the founder of Good Measure Incorporated. Today is Miss Kimberly's 55th birthday. Get excited. And today was her head revealed. That's right. She actually decided, because of personal and other reasons, that she was going to embrace and take ownership of her new look. She had an amazing post that she did about how beauty is not what magazines has told us, what the media has told us, even what our people in our home have told us. you know um it's been very emotional for a lot of women, and it's not even just their hair. It could be their weight, it can be their complexion, it can be their age. It's so many things. And who are we to say what's beautiful and what's not, what beauty is. So I was just so excited to celebrate my sister turning 55, but most importantly, embracing who she is and calling bullshit, right, on the stereotypical images of beauty, right? I call bullshit. I'm just saying. And so, Kim, thank you for embracing just how beautiful you are inside and out. Thank you for showing off in such a fabulous way. It doesn't she look fabulous? I mean, the pictures are phenomenal. She just looks so beautiful, and her inner beauty is glowing so much on these pictures. I was like really emotional when I first saw them. So I just really celebrate my sister today, and I just can't wait to see her in person later on this evening. And now I'm excited. We're about to have an amazing conversation. An amazing conversation. Hey, Nikki, thanks for joining with some two phenomenal powerhouse women that I'm honored to have on tonight. So welcome. How are you doing, Crystal? How
Hello.
are you doing? Let me get us so we even. There we go. Hi, ladies.
Good evening.
Evening.
I am so glad to have you ladies on. I was talking to them before we came on, just saying how much I was into their last episode. So I mean, I've been into all their episodes, but I was in the space and I was like, yeah, yeah. So if you have not heard yet, guys, you have to check out this amazing podcast. So we are going to be talking a little bit more of that for sure, because that's one of the main reasons they're here. But you know how I am. This is Get to Know Bob. I have to let you connect to who they are and get to know you. So we're going to kick it off with, I'm going to say Michele, because she's new to Get to Know Bob. So we're going to allow your opportunity to self-introduce and let them know who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do.
Thank you, Sonia. Good evening. It is such a pleasure to be here with you in company to have this conversation about Black-owned businesses. I'm super excited. My name is Michele Harper. I am the owner and operator of Agency Fitness, LLC, where we invite women to own and operate their agency differently than they ever have before. We focus on the need to be courageous, to be bold, to be faithful, and to do the things that's going to change how you feel about yourself from the inside out. This is not just about the physicality of getting well. This is about the emotional. This is about the mental. This is really opportunities to come together and collectively think, what do we need to really own our agency, and to challenge ourselves to take a 360 view
Yes.
of our lives and make a 180-degree change if you have to.
Right.
Stop allowing others to drive the direction that you need to be going in. If it means that tomorrow is going to look different, owning your agency says that's okay. And people get the very best of you when you are owning and operating inside of your agency. And so we do that. And so primary focus really is with the physicality piece first, and understanding that it's all interconnected. So I'm really excited to be here and dive into this conversation.
Well, with that alone, I'm excited. Okay, because I was like, oh, my agency. I like that. Okay, because it starts with me. How can I run a Fortune 500, whatever that looks like for me? See, I don't tell them to tell me what a Fortune 500. If I'm getting every single thing I pray for, I have a Fortune 500. Okay,
I love that.
so if I'm going to do that, I can't be all out of pocket with this agency. This agency got to be together,
right,
in order for me to sustain that agency. So, I got chills over here. I said, okay, so she actually calling me out too, because now I have to be accountable. I mean, she's all sitting there. Look at that, like when she moved her arms out, y'all. Y'all saw that? Y'all saw that? Did you check it out? I mean, really, the girl is bad. She be like lifting the weights and squat. I mean, I was like, Lord have mercy. So I don't know if you have a baby program where we just start off stretching, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. So
we will meet you right where you are, my friend,
okay.
and make sure that whatever you've designed as a goal for you, that you are able to achieve that.
Thank you. So
did she really say a baby program?
Yeah, y'all know me. So I will be in touch. Okay, so last week I let people kick off that some of my posts outside of this formal show is going to be letting them in. So I might be recording some of the things we're doing as I take accountability seriously, as I take accountability for my agency and get fit. Okay, because my health is really, I mean, we're laughing, but my health, I have to make sure I keep that in check.
Right.
It is up to me
so
to
busy.
do as much I can. Right, Michele.
Yes, so
right.
you're so busy taking care of everything else.
Yes.
You forget the importance of, and from the strength that we get from putting ourselves first, we are able to better serve everyone else.
Exactly. Okay, so y'all come on the journey with me and Michele. Now, since I put it out there, now I'm accountable because people gonna be like, how's it going? Now Michele gonna call me and gonna be like, right. She gonna be like, because remember on June 15th,
right.
at what time? At 7:22. You said you were gonna get your health together and you were gonna get fit. So I will be calling you, my friend.
I look forward to the call.
Okay, now we have another powerhouse, guys. I'm so excited. Miss Crystal, this is now, I think, your third appearance. Thank you, girl. I appreciate your support.
You are most welcome.
So, for those of you who haven't heard or haven't watched the show, shame on you. Go back and watch them. Okay.
Right.
But Crystal, please at least self-introduce. Tell them who you are, what you do, and why you do what you do.
Okay, so I am Crystal L. Gunn. I am a financial strategist, and I help people with all things financial. I'm really all things Black economics. So I help women, specifically women, with credit strategy. I do premarital and couples financial counseling. I think that's real important. I also am founder of the Amazing Woman Network. And it was founded in an effort to unite and empower Black women globally under our pillars of reclaiming our personal power, reclaiming our financial power, and increasing our social involvement, but pushing women and walking that journey with them as they, again, as own, honor, and execute our amazing as it was established at birth. We seem to think that along the way, because of this title, because of this money, because of this person, that makes us who we are. But that amazing was established at birth. There's also a nonprofit arm called AWN Cares and the Amazing Women Speak podcast. Like I'm forgetting.
Y'all thought I kind of wore a lot of hats. See, I'm telling you, when you're about making things happen, you start off with one thing and then that gets you and you see a need. So then it's like, okay, let me just do a little bit. And I always feel like it's going to just be a little bit. But here's what I tell people. I'm looking at it from here, so y'all looking at it from here, and it looks like I'm just all over to you because you're looking from here. But I'm here, and I just see how they all line up with what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So as long as I'm in my best, like really in my best, and I'm being intentional with my time, it's not overwhelming. It's when things get out of line or I do things that I've been told to put down. And I'm picking it up and I've been told to put it down. That's when it gets kind of hectic, Yeah. So ladies, those watching, thank you for watching. Oh, we got a winner. Woo! Nikki won. She gave her 7 Black-owned businesses. Go ahead, girl. So you won the plant-based foodie. I can't wait to send this to you so we can do some of these recipes together, girl. No excuses now that you have it. I don't care that you're not plant-based, but we go do some of these recipes. Now, Crystal, so what's the deal? What's the deal for the consumer members?
So we got a couple deals. Okay, so on the Amazing Woman Network actually has a retail line and t-shirts, hoodies. We have our own signature fragrance for men and women. If
I
you
love
go
it.
to shopawn.store, they can get 20% off the entire whatever they purchase off the site.
Okay, I'm
All they
loving
have to
it.
do is use the discount code
Don't give
Bob.
that out. Don't give that out because this is just for consumer members.
Oh,
See, I ain't giving no freebie. Y'all want the discount? Become a consumer
become a
member.
member.
I love it. I love it.
And then on the financial side, if they call and schedule an appointment with me, whatever their service is, they'll get 20% off of that if they
Y'all can get y'all money right. Y'all need to get that. Become a consumer member. I'm telling you, what she go show you alone is go get that membership fee right on back. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
See, y'all slipping. Y'all better show y'all unity and become a consumer member. We supporting one another and united on the come up. So, Crystal, there's only one other thing that I need you to bring me, girl, because I got to have you sponsor a show. So I need those 5 or 6. See how they had the little pictures
Yep,
of what they do, some keywords you want me to use, and we put it all together because we want to feature you. Okay.
absolutely.
Now that's
Absolutely.
my shameless plug for what I do. Ladies, okay.
Yes.
I need to know what started the podcast, what the concept, and why bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna give a little history on that. So years ago, I used to do an online magazine called Amazing Women Speak, and had women from all over the globe writing in. I am getting a horrible echo. Had women writing in from all over the globe. It got expensive. I stopped doing it,
Okay.
and knew that I wanted to go back to doing it. Thought I would do it as an online magazine. Um, Somehow or another, the seed got planted of doing a podcast. And I initially thought, okay, I'll do these one-on-one interviews with women. And I wanted to do something more than that. So, ironically enough, Michele and I had a conversation and sitting in the car. And Michele, I don't even remember. We were talking about just different things with women. And I mentioned the bullshit bar because I have a guide that has it listed in there that I created. And we started talking about that, and Michele said, "Well, yeah, if you're gonna trademark something, you need to trademark the bullshit bar, right?" And we had that conversation, and it was still months later because even after that, I still was thinking the one-on-one conversations. And then after Michele and I did the first interview together, because she was my first guest on the podcast, and after that is when I switched it and said, we got to have women on here and we need to talk about the bullshit bar. And I asked her, what do I have to do to get you to co-host this with me? And
Okay.
she said, all you got to do is ask. And
Mm.
there could not have been a better ask. Than to have her do that with me, because if you don't know, she is so dynamic and we both wanted to have an impact, and Michele brings something to that table that I don't think I could have done by myself.
So I love that. And what I was going to say, and before I do that, for those of you looking right now, this is the one flyer from May 22nd. And do you guys come on the same night, or when do you air? Is it just when you promote it? How does that work?
Every Sunday at 7 p.m.,
Every Sunday.
except for this coming Sunday because of the
Because
holiday.
fathers. Okay,
Right.
every Sunday at 7 p.m., guys. And I'm telling you, the conversation is I mean, conversations are amazing. I hate to keep saying amazing, but hey, we are
It
amazing. If,
works.
if there's one thing that Crystal has done for me, and yes, who came on? It was Mia. Mia, yes. She said, hello, my dope sisters. And dope, yes. I didn't know I was dope until I met Crystal. Y'all, I'm dope. I'm dope. And I was amazing at birth and still am. See, I forgot those things
Right.
because the world is a trip, and like Michele said, we tend to just put ourselves last, everybody first. So I forgot I'm amazing. I'm amazing, okay? Crystal told me so. And
You definitely are.
since she's amazing, I believe her. And since she has amazing women around her, yeah, I believe it. I'm amazing. So now, Michele, tell us how you amazing and about how you were. I like the just ask. I mean, she said just ask. That's something we don't do either. And
Right.
the word says you have not. Why?
Because
Because
you
you
asked
ask
me.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
tell us your take on it, Michele.
so certainly the opportunity, one, to be in space with a BFF, right? Like who turns that down? And she's been obedient to this call in her life. How do I not support that?
Mm,
And right, like Kristen and I have been friends for over 30 years, and our walks have always been parallel. And here was a chance for them to really get interconnected and
mm-hmm.
to share space with some dynamic women along the way and really begin to pay attention to the amount of bullshit that we've been socialized, right? And they
Exactly.
just keep
Right.
moving that bar. And I said to her, because it was never designed for us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in my day job, I am the director of diversity. So I get to go around and tell white
Mm.
people stop being racist,
Uh-huh.
right? And to look at the systems in which we have to access to get resources and talk about how racism is built into those and that keeps us
Thank you.
marginalized, right?
Thank
And so
you.
understanding the ways that we've been socialized
Mm-hmm.
and how it is killing us as Black women,
It really
strongest
is.
beings on this planet, and it's killing us. So, an opportunity to sit in space, virtual or otherwise, every week to talk about the bullshit, to name it up and strategize how we get out of that space, and to hear from some dope women along the way, sharing some amazing stories. Yeah, you don't say no to that. You don't say no to that. And what I really
Yeah.
loved most about getting into this opportunity, never once did Crystal think about, are we going to have enough listeners, right? Like, what's the platform that's going to gauge
Yeah.
us the best? She knew all she had to do was show up.
Mm-hmm.
God would take care of the rest because she was being obedient. Again, how do
Right.
you say no to that?
Right. Right. And really that's how I felt. At first, I'm like, was I hesitant? We took the time using Instagram. Everybody was on it. Is people gonna follow me to YouTube? And I was like, I don't really care. This is first of all, I have to be an example of what I say. I couldn't own and do what I wanted to do with that footage. I have more control over what I do with this footage on the site. So that was one of the things. And I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be in jail because I decided to say what I wanted to say. So it is
Because
what it
we would
is.
be in jail a lot.
I have been in jail quite
I,
frequently. I'm like, okay, I don't know why I even got in jail this time, but whatever. But I say all that to say I understand
Mhm.
when you have a message and you're doing it in obedience, the people who need to receive it will receive it. And
Absolutely.
what I've come to find out is it might not be quote unquote that many looking at it right here, right now, live, but the replays and what people, tell me how they watched it and stuff,
Yeah.
it's there and that's fine. But when I'm doing it, most importantly, is so you get connected to some badass Bobs,
Mhm.
really. And y'all doing this so you can get connected to some amazing women and remind us, yes, let's call the bullshit. I mean, when you were talking, Michele, it took me back to a meeting I was on where, granted, I felt my employee handled it improperly, but a Caucasian woman said her hair was, I don't know the words now, but it was pretty beautiful, something like that. To which she said, thank you. And the follow-up response was, well, is it real? Because I don't know Black women with long hair.
That's that bullshit.
Okay. Now, so my employee decided not to say anything, stepped away, which I felt perfect. But before she left, she said, would you have asked the right person that? And I told her, I said, you didn't even need to do it at that point. That's where I felt she was wrong. But other than that, I get her pain. I understand it because, it's inappropriate. Now, the follow-up, which was interesting, is that the patient called me complaining. She was upset, but she said, it was because of her grandchild she was interested in. Okay, which was fine. But I was on the meeting, and it was just more so like, people saying, well, they should have probably asked her maybe in a different way, or, like when it came to touching hair, ask, can they do it? And I said, oh, no, they can't. And no one understood that. I said, first of all, I'm nobody's pet. You can't just come and pet my hair like I'm oh, no, we didn't mean it that way. I said, well, how else I'm supposed to take it?
Okay, so we have the director of diversity. So,
I did get calls after that, like, okay, because they said, like, even when we come with that hair scarf, like we do, because of like my friend alopecia, whatever the case may be, they called it a do-rag and wanted to kick them out the thing. And I said, oh, so our culture can have wraps, head wraps. And so they said, oh, it's a name. It's a, what's the name you used again? I'm just done.
So let's give some information to the listeners, because someone else is going to deal with this. Michele, how should they deal with that?
Yeah, so first, every organization believes that if we send folks to training, they get it, right? Like, that's all. There's this level of awareness. The problem is the majority of the trainings are talking about the softness of diversity, equity, and inclusion, when we need to be talking about the conversation of race and racism and the marginalizations of Black people in this country, right?
Yes.
And being able to name up white fragility and what that means, right? Because if one more white woman cries in my presence, I'm going to lose it. I'm not here to take care of your feelings. And we've been socialized to do that, right? Like, oh, I need to make sure that I'm saying this in the right way. But did she consider the rightness, her impact, when she called it a do-rag or when she asked to touch your hair? No. And so we have to find a way to be courageous, to have these conversations and hold leaders accountable inside of organizations that have to change the culture, right? People need to be able to show up. I stop saying as their full authentic selves, because I am clear that an organization can't handle my brilliance in its full authenticity. You can't handle it.
It would be like
for it, right? But
okay, like slowly.
What I am bringing into your organization.
Boom. We can't have heads exploding in the workplace, because it'd be like, I know. And what's interesting is that, I believe we are so much further with our voice as it pertains to those situations. And thank you for joining. Trisha, thank you for your comment. I know you can't get in the chat, but thank you for being on. I just know that from your episodes that I've watched, and if you can you recap them for us since launching some? Well, how about this? You share, Crystal, like one of that you enjoyed the most, and Michele, you do the same, and let me know what that conversation was about.
Well, let me go back and actually tell the listeners what the bullshit bar is. And that bullshit bar is because we are always conditioned to and told that we have to show up a certain way, we have to look a certain way, we have to dress a certain way, right? And ultimately, that's that bullshit bar. And if you look at the definition of bar, it's designed to keep you out, right? And so that bullshit bar is ever changing, it's unattainable, it's depression causing, self-hate evoking bullshit bar. Because if you spend your time trying to chase something that you can never attain, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Wow.
Right? And so One of my favorite episodes was Let's Just Kill the Strong Black Woman Already.
Mm.
Because you don't hear any other culture saying strong Asian woman, strong white woman, strong Hispanic woman. It has to be this strong Black woman. And being that strong Black woman is really killing us because
Mm-hmm.
it's we again showing up for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. No, I don't need any help. I
Right.
have to be strong for everybody else. So I can't have a moment where I fall apart and break down and someone comes to save me. And
Right.
so I think we just need to get rid of that moniker altogether. I think
Now, I love that show too. And when I was watching it, I was thinking that first of all, it felt like an oxymoron. Um,
Mm.
because we wouldn't be here if we wasn't strong. Let's just recognize that. What other ethnicity women suffered the way we've done in this country? So for us to still even have black women today, let's
right.
that's a given. We're strong. We have it built in us. And then what happened though is the twisting of trying to take that ownership where we just took on unrealistic expectations and just let it go amok. You know, it's kind of like when you embrace and recognize I'm strong, but then the enemy uses that word now and it kind of got twisted in how you behaved. And so then strength became I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I don't need them. I don't need this. I don't need a man. I don't need this. And next thing you know, it was like, because I'm a strong black woman, that's not where your strength lies.
But what
And I was
happens
watching
is
that.
we were strong because we had to be. And so we took a survival strategy and we started to live in that mode every single day. And that's the
Yes.
problem. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Love it. That was a good one. I love that show. If you didn't watch it, y'all better go watch the replay. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and so Sonia, I think no, I don't think my favorite show was actually the one that you promote, and that was From Surviving to Thriving. The
Okay.
conversation was so deep and real because we've been taught to just survive.
Mhm.
And we forgot that we have the power, the ability, and the right to thrive. And
Mhm.
what does that look like? And what was that moment that you recognized that you deserved more than to just survive and that you had what was in you to be able to do that? So women came with the conversation
Mhm.
Yeah.
to really to help us think about like what that transition is
Mhm.
and why it's so important and the narrative that gets changed when we tell those stories, we tell the journeys, right? Because somebody is always listening, somebody is always watching, and we need to show up in a way that gives them permission to think differently about the stories that they've been told and the stories, right? Like both that we were taught and those that we caught along the way. Both of those things are happening. We were taught things in our household
Mhm.
about survival, and we
Right.
Mhm.
taught things by showing up in the white man's space to survive.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And we forgot that we have a right established at birth to thrive.
Right. And I was just about to just add that to Michelle as you were speaking. Like, I believe a lot of women, especially black women, and we're talking about black women, feel guilty for thriving and even will self-sabotage not to thrive. you
100%.
know like I can't outshine my siblings or the people I grow up with or those friends that are closest to me, so you really feel like I'm just going to keep in the survivor mode versus knowing good and well that you have everything and have recognized that you have the potential and know exactly how to thrive if you follow what you're supposed to do. And
And
at
what's
this
so
moment, I'm seeing a little bit of testimony.
and what's really interesting, so is that it's baked so much into the fiber of our being, we don't even recognize self-sabotage. We don't even
Right.
Mhm.
recognize it, right? Like we talk negative, we speak negative things. The brain is wired that way anyway. Like I'm just going
Mhm.
to lift that up, right? Like the brain is wired for survival. And so we'll think about the worst case scenario before we think about the potential for
Mhm.
something to be great. But it's
Exactly.
so baked in the fiber of our being as Black women that we do self-sabotage all day long and don't even recognize it.
Hmm. I agree. I totally agree. Well, before we get a little too deep, I want to hear what do you ladies do to stay encouraged? When you self-introduced, you know, you didn't have this single hat. The Amazing Woman podcast wasn't the only thing brewing in your repertoire. So because of that, and especially Michele, because you still have a foot on the neck of corporate America dealing with just that whole dynamic. Ladies, how do you stay encouraged?
I think one of the ways is you have to have dope women around you.
For sure.
Your tribe has to be not only encouraging you in what you're doing, but you have to be encouraged when you watch them, right? Like I say it all of the time. Michele is, yep, my best friend, but she's also, as far as I'm concerned, she's my shero. Like I watch her and what she does, and I'm motivated and encouraged to do more. And then I just always remember that if God gave this assignment to me,
Yeah.
right, we all have a finite amount of time left in this life. And so my only fear is that I end this life and don't do what God instructed me to do. And so
Yes.
I have to show up and be, you know, and that winds up the fact that God trusted me enough to say, go out here and empower these women.
Right. Right.
Keeps me, you know what I mean? It makes me, okay, get up and go do this thing, even when I don't want to go do this thing.
Right.
So for me, my faith is tantamount to the way in which I'm able to stay at the table, right? Like in all of the spaces. But what keeps me really pushing forward, I have two girls who deserve a better world, who deserve an opportunity to really live into their value that was established at birth, right? And so it keeps me coming back over and over again. I haven't left corporate America because I love my job. I love what I do. I love that I have the platform to challenge folks to be thinking differently. I'm not talking about conversations about blame. I'm talking about systems that were built long before any of us were around and how we have to access those or get denied access. I don't want that for my girls, right? I need for it to look different. And I need them to see me advocating and working diligently to make it different.
Yes, I absolutely agree that the legacy definitely keeps me motivated and encouraged. It really does. And I wouldn't have even thought about until you mentioned that when I actually started wearing, you know, my hair natural, no hair, getting to learn it and all of those kind of things. And I was going to go for an interview, and I felt myself contemplating what to do with my hair. And I said, should I straighten it? I was asking like my tribe, should I straighten my hair? Because I don't know. I'm going, you know, this, you know,
That's that
whatever.
bullshit. That's that
And
bullshit.
so I find right. I'm glad that I said no. Really? Why did you even entertain it with so much energy for so long?
So
You
yeah,
know?
I entertained it and I did it. I didn't press it. I put a whole chemical in my hair
Oh
to interview with the
wow.
white man and didn't get the job. Whole different story. Right. But again, I talked myself into believing that it was the thing to do because I have to get in the room. I have to be at the table. And if I don't get in, I can't make the change that I want to make. Right. Because we've been socialized to believe that who we are is not enough.
Exactly.
We have to assimilate in order to get in the room.
And you're so true. And it's amazing, out of all groups that I you know, kind of guess you search for that to connect as you move into this network arena, I didn't have to do like a hard search. Certain things just happen organically without me even knowing what you did. Like, you know, for Crystal, it was kind of coming from a multitude of different ways, but ultimately I believe, was it Judy who connected us together?
Yep.
Right. And so when I found out that Judy worked with at company where my cousin worked and some other friends that I knew like from high school, It's so when you kind of connect, and Michele is married to her husband. We went to elementary school together, so it's like these spirits. I say our spirits kind of were connected before our physicalness came to connect.
Right.
You know, God has placed us in certain circles and arenas for us to get whatever was we needed to be equipped for the time like this, when we need to speak boldly about things that are being unjust done to communities, things that are being unjust done to our women, our children, etc. So we can have that voice, because what it allowed for, once we both built up within and it was time to connect, we didn't have to go through this. Oh, let me feel you out. Let me see how you do. Da, 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 da. Should I trust you? Are you going? You know, it was like these previous connections co-signed for the essence of who we are. So when I say, you guys, they came to my birthday party, which lets me know God has some amazing things in store for us working together. Because as I was spinning, getting everything ready, because I hadn't decided if I was going to do it, God began to minister me about what it was. It was not about a birthday party per se, but it was about him showing who was going to show up for what he had already in store. So a lot of people that were there, I still have not gotten what God is, planning on doing, but some have. And OMG, I'm telling you, the devil produces the biggest bullshit ever, because the way he had it twisted, I wouldn't even believe all of this could happen the way it's happening. So it's nothing but God. And when I see the amazing circle, like you guys talk about, you guys doing these amazing things, and how you coming together, two powerhouse women doing amazing things, bringing in more powerhouse women. We are bad. We are super bad. We're dope.
Absolutely.
We're dope.
Without apology.
I love that. Unapologetically dope. I'm gonna have to say that. If you don't have that on the Amazing Woman Network, Crystal, you can have that one. Just give me my percentage and we're good. Okay. Unapologetically dope.
For sure.
So, ladies, we need to be encouraged by literature. Kicking off with Michele. What book is currently on your nightstand that you recently read or would highly recommend reading?
So there are actually two.
Okay.
One is a journal, because I'm writing my own story.
Love
Two is Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall.
Okay.
And that really is just challenging the traditional ways in which white women have held feminism and forgot that Black women were a part of the conversation. And so it's notes from women of color challenging the traditional feminist ways of being, and pushing against white women to invite us into the conversation. It is a must read, right? People think feminist and they think a very distinct thing. One more way in which we've been marginalized, right? We have ways of thinking and being that we should have been included in the conversation. And this book is naming that up. Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall.
Thank you. Hood Feminism. What would you say is on your nightstand, Krista?
Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol K. Truman. And it really goes into how what's happening in our outside, and when I say outside, I mean outside of self, what's happening with outside of health, how it manifests inside sickness and disease or dis-ease, and what you can do to get through that. Years ago, I read something that said, when it talked about illness and disease, it said, if you only treat the disease, you're only treating half of the problem. You also have to treat the feelings, the emotions, and all of that caused that disease in the first place. So Feelings Buried Alive Never Dies really goes into that with, if there's this disease, if there's something wrong with this knee, there's something happening in your outside world that's manifesting on the inside and showing up as that sickness and disease. And you have to do more than treat the symptoms of that. You got to go down and you got to treat the individual.
Yes. Love both of those. I got to check those out. So, as we wind down, ladies, and we have to, of course, have you back, I want you guys to make sure, tell everyone listening how to get in touch with you for your previous organizations that you affiliate your business and your nonprofits. But I want to bring this up too before I forget, Crystal. Now, this was a drive that we promoted. And my question is, was this a one-time thing? This was
Oh,
in
man.
May. Okay, so share. Okay.
We'll be back again with the packing party in August. But what Red Dot Bags is, Red Dot Bags are bags with sanitary supplies that we donate, homeless shelters, other type of shelters into the school, into schools that are in need. And this past drive, we were able to donate over 700 bags to 4 different schools for the girls to have supplies over the weekend. I mean, I'm sorry, over the summer. So this thing about period poverty is really, really, it's a global problem. So no, this will not be the last. We will be packing again in August. We accept donations all year long, so you can go to awncares.org, read more about it. We take monetary donations, supply donations, and then when we have packing parties, we also can use volunteers to help pack. It's a great cause. We have a lot of fun doing it. I could not listen. If y'all don't have a tribe of people around y'all that show up when you ask and show up with the plan of action, because we showed up and I said, Michele, make it happen. And Michele made it happen. Right?
And I was so bummed. I still had to drop off my bag. I said, "Here I am over here with a hysterectomy. What I'm gonna do with this?"
Oh,
I
that's
said, "Shoot."
interesting. And so just to put it in perspective for individuals, if you ever remember or if you still see um, anything on the news, anything on social media, and you saw it a lot right after COVID hit, the lines of cars in the food line, right? Just stacks and stacks and rows of cars waiting to get food. That's the same population that needs sanitary supplies. And a lot of times they're making the choice between food or sanitary supplies.
Right.
And in a country that is as rich as this is, there's no reason that anybody should have to choose between. It's a basic human right, and we shouldn't have to make a choice for that. So we just try to make it a little easier for those people in need.
Yes, yes. Okay. So ladies, I'm just saying, just beautiful. She's that girl. Love you guys. I've had comments coming from Mia. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. She says that the ones that you mentioned were great episodes, ladies. So we have Nikki. Yeah, she said, wasting my gifts for folks that don't even support you. Nah. She said, nah.
Nikki is right.
So, ladies, how can they get in touch with you? How can they connect to you?
So for me, it's Crystal Gunn, CRYSTALG like George, UNN.com. You can also go to awncares.org, or you can just call me, 313-410-8260.
And you can find her on our International Black Owned Business Directory.
You can
So,
do that.
I love that. Way to plug it. I love it, Sonia. I absolutely love it.
and Michele, how can we connect to you and then get you on the business directory?
So this is really interesting where you talk about the need to be obedient. Agency Fitness will celebrate 1 year in August. It's been in action since the middle of COVID. And I had no intention of having a business. Again, I love what I do for my full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
God had a plan,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I don't have a website. I have a full schedule of training clients, and I did not have to do anything publicly. God had a charge on my life, and I've been obedient to it. Anybody who is interested in agency fitness, interested in thinking differently about the way they own their health, can call me at 248-980-6552. You can see my social media platform at Michele with 1L036 on Instagram and on Facebook.
Awesome. And you're going to watch the journey as we get this midsection
Yes.
right. We go and get my arms back. They so weak. No tone. No. We gonna get my arms back, and I'm gonna be having on a little skinny strap. Now I'm gonna just go without strap so y'all can see them on.
Krista will tell you right from the comfort of her own home. We go to work.
We go to work.
Online and in-person personal training, one-on-one sessions in small group.
Awesome. I can't wait. So here's my accountability. Like I said, I'm putting it out there. Thank you so much, ladies. Obviously, this will not be the last. I am going to have you guys back together and separately. I'm just looking forward to what God is going to be bringing in the next few months because, you know, we don't need years for him to make it happen. Upcoming episodes we have next week, guys. Can you get excited? Mark your calendars. June 22nd, we're gonna have Miss Mona Lisa on, but on not only that, we're gonna have the 5 finalists for Mompreneur and the 5 finalists for Dadpreneur. Nice. And we're going to be talking with them just to see, you know, who they are, what they do. Why were they nominated for being a mom and dadpreneurs of the year? Because obviously they must be doing some amazing things to make it as finalists. The crowning ceremony is going to be on June 25th. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, make sure you get those today. And we're going to end the year on June 29th with Mr. Warren Galloway. So mark your calendars. He's amazing as he is having the biggest micro lending conference coming. And you do not want to miss out on that. If you are in need of making some financial connections, you need to be there and get to know more and find out a little bit more about the conference so that you can feel comfortable with making sure you attend. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel today. You would click that red subscribe button and then push the little bell so that you can get notifications of all our upcoming episodes. Remember, the more people we have subscribing, the bigger our platform can be to make sure that we reach all over so people can know how amazing our Black businesses are. See, I'm going to borrow that word. I'm telling you. As always, guys, I want to thank you for just joining in today. We had an amazing conversation. Make sure you share it with others so that we can get the word out. And I will say I'm sending you off. I'm Sonia Weaver. I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar matters and deal with Bob. Have an amazing evening.